Oh.
What am I going to do with these?
And with me, 'cause I'm sure we will. All that was there will be there still. How's everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm excited about Battle of the Bands tonight. Are you guys gonna go?
I'm not.
The weather's gonna be really gross, so
Yeah.
I don't blame people.
Yeah,
for not-
it's been raining over here in West Ashley all day.
Yeah, it's been gross. But I know that Madison and Julius are just doing Battle of the Band stuff, and that's why they're not here. We're only going to meet for probably about 15 minutes. We're going to look at this intro to Hamilton. I love that they have provided us with some videos for like exactly what they want us to learn, which is really nice. Oh, sad. I'd just like to see all of you. That's the thing. So we're going to look at this first video that's just like an intro, and then tomorrow we'll have a longer and more involved video, and also we'll learn about the poetry project, which can be fun. So let me pull this up. This is about 14 minutes, I think. Yeah. So I'm just going to share my screen with you, and hopefully this will be audible. Okay. Let me shut my face off. Oops.
Hey guys.
Oh my God. Come on.
So the number one concern I hear from my 102 students is that they are absolutely dreading the poetry section of this class. Poetry has nothing to do with the world today. It's all about stuffy old white dudes and ladies' lace collars, right? Wrong. Not only do I promise that if you open your mind, you will not find poetry scary at all, but you also might really enjoy poetry. Even more shocking, you might find that you are enjoying poetry almost every day. So, the hardest part of teaching things in a class like this with varied ages, backgrounds, and educational experiences is finding common ground to use to instruct. So, these poetry lectures are going to be all based around the current Broadway musical phenomenon, Hamilton. Yes, I hear those groans in the back, and the one student that just squealed, thank you. So, some background on Hamilton. Because in poetry, you do tend to want to know a little something about the poet, or in this case, the playwright. Tends to lead to a better read on the works, as writing's not really created in any kind of a vacuum, right? So think back on the short story segment, how you analyzed O'Brien and O'Connor's backgrounds, and how it played into their writings. Poetry is the same, if not more so. Hamilton is the brainchild of Lin-Manuel Miranda. I would personally argue that he's the modern age Shakespeare. Flashback on those high lace collars, right? Most of you have probably heard his work. If you have kids under the age of 15, I guarantee you have, because he wrote all the music for the Disney movie Moana. He'll also be seen on screen in the upcoming Disney movie Mary Poppins Returns. Miranda is the son of Puerto Rican immigrants. He was born in New York City. His first musical, In the Heights, won 4 Tony Awards in 2008, including Best Choreography and Best Musical. Miranda blends all style of music together in his compositions, but he's best known for his hip hop, R&B, and rap lyric genius. So, how did he decide to write a musical on one of the least known founding fathers? Simple. He wrote a book. Ron Chernow is one of the most popular biographers of our time. His work on Ulysses S. Grant is equally as compelling, as is his work on Hamilton. So Miranda goes on vacation and picks up one of Chernow's biographies on Hamilton in the airport. He reads the entire 800-page book on vacation. Less than a year later, he performs the first version of Alexander Hamilton at the White House. He never actually intended to write a complete musical. He was originally thinking that it would make a fun, mixtape kind of project. So here's a video of that first performance.
I'm thrilled the White House called me tonight because I'm actually working on a hip hop album. It's a concept album about the life of someone I think embodies hip hop, Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton. You laugh, but it's true. He was born a penniless orphan in St. Croix of illegitimate birth, became George Washington's right-hand man, became Treasury Secretary, caught beef with every other founding father, and all on the strength of his writing. I think he embodies the word's ability to make a difference. So I'm going to be doing the first song from that tonight. I'm accompanied by Tony and Grammy-winning music director Alex Lacamoire. Anything you need to know, I'll be playing Vice President Aaron Burr, and snap along if you like. How does a bastard orphan son of a whore and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished and squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of the trade and charter, and every day while slaves were being slaughtered or carted away across the waves, our Hamilton kept his guard up. Inside he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter. Then a hurricane came, devastation reigned, and our man saw his future dripping down the drain. Put a pistol to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain. When word got around, they said this kid is insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence you came, and the world is gonna know your name. What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton. His name is Alexander Hamilton. There's a million things he hasn't done, but just you wait, just you wait. When he was 10, his father split, full of it, debt-ridden. 2 years later, see Alex and his mother bedridden, half dead, sitting in their room, sick, the scent thick, and Alex got better, but his mother went quick. Moved in with the cousin committed suicide, left him with nothing but ruined pride, something new inside, a voice saying, Alex, you gotta fend for yourself. He started retreating and reading every treatise on the shelf. There would have been nothing left to do for someone less astute. He would have been dead and destitute without a cent of restitution. Started working, clerking for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar cane and rolling over things he can't afford, scanning for every book he can get his hands on, planning for the future. See him now as he stands on the bow of a ship headed for a new land. In New York, you can be a new man. The ship is in the harbor now, see if you can spot him. Another immigrant coming up from the bottom. His enemies destroyed his rep, America forgot me. I'm the damn fool that shot him. Alexander Hamilton. We were waiting in the wings for you. You could never back down. You always had to speak your mind. But Alexander Hamilton, you could never take your deeds from you. In our cowardice and our shame, we will try to destroy your name. The world will never be the same, Alexander. Yeah, I'm the damn genius that shot him.
So pretty impressive, huh? And what's really interesting is once you look at the lyrics that he ended up with the final version of Alexander Hamilton, which is the opening song for the entire musical, the way that it changed, it's pretty amazing, but it's great to see kind of what we would consider this a rough draft of the poetry before it reached its final stage. So a little bit more background on it. Miranda started writing at about the speed of a song a year. By 2010, he'd only written 2 songs. The rest of the musical was then written by 2014. So he picked up his pace quite a bit. Hamilton then opened off-Broadway on January 20th, 2015. On August 6th, 2015, it opens at its home on Broadway at the Richard Rodgers Theater. And then after that, the awards just start piling up. Miranda gets a MacArthur Foundation Genius Grant. In February 2016, it wins a Grammy Award for the Best Musical Theater Album. Miranda wins the Pulitzer Prize for Drama. And in 2016, Hamilton goes on to win 16 Tony nominations and 11 wins. Miranda wins a Pulitzer Prize. Those national tours, they start to follow. So, to get you immersed in the world of Hamilton and to also give you a quick visual into the style, characters, and the essence of the play, we're going to watch a little clip from the Ellen Show where Miranda works with Macy, who is a renowned scholar. And keep in mind, this is a 2.5-hour musical. If you stretched it out and did normal tempo music, it'd probably be about 5 hours, which is why rap and R&B are so crucial to this musical, because otherwise there's no way we could fit all of that into 2.5 hours. So this will give you the basic plot, characters, and everything that we'll use to kind of talk about later in all the lectures.
Hi, I'm Lin-Manuel Miranda, and this is Hamilton in 3 minutes, featuring presidential expert Macy Hensley. Alexander Hamilton gets to New York from the Caribbean. Terrible childhood, terrible childhood. How did he survive it? Alexander Hamilton, everyone says his name, and we start the show. He gets there and he goes, you all have to listen to me. I'm really smart. I'm not throwing away my shot. I'm not throwing away my shot. Aaron Burr is like, oh my God, this guy's a lot. But his friends are like, this guy's awesome. And they all sing my shot with him.
Oh, Aaron Burr, sir. Pardon me. Are you Aaron Burr, sir? That depends. Who's asking? Oh, sure, sir. I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, sir. I've been looking for you. I'm getting nervous.
Well, that was amazing. Give me a high five. Cut to the Schuyler sisters downtown. We're looking for a mind at work, 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 work. Hey, cut back to all the way across the sea. King George, you'll be back. Soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. Uh-oh, he's sending all these troops. And now we're in the Revolutionary War. 32,000 troops in New York Harbor. Cut to George Washington being like, oh my God, we're going to lose. I'm running for my life. I need help. Alexander Hamilton says, you need me. Right-hand man. Ooh, let's pause for love. Because Alexander Hamilton meets Eliza Hamilton. She sings Helpless. They get married. Mwah. We rewind. We see the whole story again from her sister's perspective. I liked him first, but he's better for my sister. But I'm gonna be really sad for the rest of my life. Satisfied, you'll never be satisfied. War. Alexander Hamilton's too much. He's very extra a lot of the time. Go home. They're gonna have a baby. Come back to the war. Yorktown. They win. How much time do I have left? We win the war. King George, you're on your own. After the war, he goes back to New York. George Washington becomes president of the United States. Yay! Fun fact about George Washington from Macy.
George Washington, when he died, he only had one row of tooth left.
Cut to nonstop. Nonstop. Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Hamilton's like, let me be the Treasury Secretary. Let me do all this cool stuff. George Washington says, yes. Aaron Burr's like, I'm being very left behind. I want to be in the room where it happens. He runs for Senate against Hamilton's father-in-law. Thomas Jefferson was ambassador to France the whole time. So he comes home. He's like, oh, what did I miss? Cabinet battle. More animosity between Burr, Hamilton. Hamilton does not become president, but all of his enemies do. John Adams, James Madison, Thomas Jefferson. Fun fact about Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson had 2 grizzly bears as pets.
What were their names?
I don't know.
Me neither. History spoiler, Burr shoots Hamilton. We talk a lot about legacy. We make you cry a lot. The end. That was Hamilton in 3 minutes. That was great.
So, the most important question. What in the world does Hamilton have to do with poetry? Simple. It is poetry. Some of the best poetry written in our lifetime. Not only are Miranda's lyrics genius, he incorporates so many different traditional poetic devices and techniques that you'll be shocked how easy it is to use this musical to teach poetry. It also brings up a very long tradition of spoken word versus written poetry. Back in the day, all poetry and literature was spoken word. And yes, songs are poetry. So you have probably jammed out to lots of poetry on your way home today or to work. Or maybe you are really jamming to your favorite poet instead of listening to this lecture. Very possible. So how's this going to work? You have a series of lectures, 7 to be exact. The lecture incorporates videos, PowerPoints, the smartboard, where we're going to dissect lyrics together. In each of these lectures, there will be some mini quizzes. This is to ensure that you're actually listening to the lectures, but also to make sure that you fully understand the terms and the techniques being taught. After the lectures, I'm going to turn you loose on some actual poems, as you might call them, or more traditional poems. In the meantime, I hope you'll sit back and enjoy. This is about the most fun that poetry can be. And I hope that you'll see it not only as fun, but an educational way to view something that hopefully is not so scary after all.
Lovely. That the part with him talking at the end there was like kind of exhausting, and just like with how fast he's talking and everything. So when they said that there are mini quizzes in the lectures, it's not actual quizzes. Like you'll have I think I was gonna say 2 Hamilton quizzes. I think you have 2 specifically Hamilton quizzes, and then you have a couple of prompts, and you have stuff on like character and diction, rhythm and rhyme, juxtaposition, and figures of speech. But we'll go over all that stuff later, obviously. What they meant by mini quizzes is like there will be a point in the video lecture where I stop and like ask some questions and stuff. But that's it. Can I just show you guys what this candle did? There's only 4 seconds worth, but look at that.
Oh my God.
Right? And I tried blowing on it and it just like fanned the flame. So then I dumped my water bottle onto it, and first it like went up like a hibachi grill, and I thought it was going to catch my lampshade on fire, but then it went out. So like literally my hands are sweating. I was like, I've set my apartment on fire. I don't know what to do. I need to know what to do about different types of fires, apparently. Okay, so that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll do the longer video lecture with the mini quizzes. It's just questions, and go over our new project, which will be our last big thing and should be sort of fun. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.